Right, front brake adjustment. You want to make sure that the cable is seated. I've got enough of the inner. What you have to do is strip the black plastic back. Your ferrules then go on, yeah? You want to make sure there's enough of that inner coil winding in there, but not realistically that's a little bit too loose. But that's fine, it will work fine. This should have a washer underneath it and a split pin through it. That's missing. That holds your nipple on the handlebar lever. This cable's a little bit short. It should, you look at the angle of that there, yeah? See that? You really want your cable to come out and come round a bit more. So that cable's a little bit short. You probably get a little bit out of it.
Oh, I see the angle's a bit tight, is it?
Yeah. Obviously that's too loose. So your only adjustment really is those. Because the cable's too short, the outer, we'll adjust it and see what it looks like. You may have to pull your cable up on the nipple there. Generally they are a pain in the bum to move, but let's adjust it up and see what we get, yeah? Right, tools you need. I think the original nut size is a 1/2 inch on these, but these are probably 9/16. They might be 1/2 inch. Yeah, so you got 1/2 inch. That must be 3/8. I thought it was 7/16. Gone mad. Gone mad. Right, 3/8 for your outer. Well, you do need a 9/16 as well if you do it properly. Right, so we know our cable's too loose. So back off your lock nuts. That's the wrong nut. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? Okay. Now what you want to do, that's got quite a lot of play in that. You want to get it a bit closer than that before you adjust your back plate. So I can pull that all the way in, yeah?
Yeah.
So you can either try and pull it or hold that on there and undo your 3/8, and that's tensioning it up. Right, that's getting better, so we'll give it a little bit more.
So what exactly are you doing here?
That's pulling the outer cable that way, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's a fixed, well, it's not a fixed point, but it's reducing your backlash there, your gap.
Okay.
So now your brake's working there as opposed to before it could hit the handlebar, yeah?
Yeah.
So once you get it to about there, you don't want to do these things up tight on these because they don't work very well anyway, the brakes.
Yeah.
So you want to get a lot of grab on them.
Yeah.
You don't want it so it's rock hard there and
Yeah.
it won't work. You need to give them a fair bit of travel on the handle. Right, that bolt there centres your brake shoes. That's got a serrated plate behind it, so loosen that off. They can fall right inside the brake, so don't go mad with it. Okay, so that's now moving, yeah?
Yeah.
There's little serrations on the back of that. It may move, it may not. So if you, once that's loose, pull on your brake, yeah? Preferably if you can roll the bike while you're doing it. Obviously we can't at the moment because it's on the ramp. But pull that in, hold it in, and lock that one back up.
And what's that doing?
It allows, your brakes are pivoting from that point and that point, yeah? That's the only cam that actuates the brakes. So that's pushing the brake drums apart like that.
Yeah.
The bottom one is your pivot point. Now that pivot point can move. So it's centralising the brake shoes in the drum.
Okay.
So pull that in, that's forcing out on the brake drum, hopefully then centralising that point of pivot. So nip that up, again, doesn't have to be madly tight as long as it's nipped up. I've got a spring washer on there, so right, that'll do. Okay, so that's tightened up your brake handle lever a little bit more because you centralised it all in, yeah? So on that, wants to go a little bit more. You want to get that, see the travel, roughly, roughly about halfway that is. You've got to yank it pretty hard because they don't stop anyway, they're useless. So you probably want it to start biting probably about there. So we'll give it a couple more turns on the adjuster. So holding your lock nut and undoing that is pulling the two parts of the cable apart, yeah?
Yeah.
So that distance, okay,
yeah,
is taking up your slack there. That's about right, about there. You don't want to do them so you can just pull it, they just don't work. So hold each side of your lock nut then, nip that back up. That's it. Yep, that's good.